Jesus in my boat, I can smile at the storm, smile at the storm, smile at the storm. With Jesus in my boat, I can smile at the storm, smile at the storm. Classically. That is the realest. Guys, if you went to kindergarten with me, you know the song. Shout out to all the Komasdalians. Anyways, let's start this video. Midre guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ann-Adeva and I am black. So today I'm using my back camera to record this video, so I'm going to be a little bit awkward because I cannot see myself, so I can't, direct what needs to happen when I'm used like my mirror at the back to like see myself, but it's not working because I'm literally facing the holder of the phone. Anyways, it's none of your business. So in the last Q&A video, I got a lot of requests or questions about relationship topics. Now, I don't really like to talk about relationships, especially romantic relationships. Like, I'm always completely comfortable with discussing topics around friendship, family, and professional relationships. But I try to like avoid talking about romantic relationships because I just feel like people think about these things so differently compared to the way that I do. And I don't know, I just really don't want to ever come off as like this bitter woman that's just like saying, oh my gosh, that it's just like always saying that men are inadequate and stuff like that. I don't want to come off as like a who hurt you kind of person or like a man hater or something, but I just feel like these things is op my hart gesit van die Here, But anyway, so I got the request or the question to talk about relationship advice that I would give to my younger self. So the question was my younger self. It's not for everyone, so this is relative to me. It's my absolutely professionally subjective opinion about relationships. So we're gonna we are going into the first one. So the first one, oh wait, let me first give a background story before I start like actually talking about this. So I didn't start like dating let me see how dating is now. I didn't really start it until I was 19 years old, so I started extremely late compared to all my friends. Gramsal vibes. But I did have a boyfriend when I was in primary school, and that was like one of the relationships that I cherish to this day because it was just so wholesome and just so right. Until of course, life happens. I always tell you guys I don't have childhood friends, they're all in jail or dead. So my ex-boyfriend at that time was basically into illegal activities, and therefore the relationship could not proceed. So yeah, that was the status quo that time. So anyone, if you're from the Tura, if you're from the Tura, Greenwell, Jar deep and the Gramadulas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yes, I only started being like active and everything at the age of 19, 20. So that's when I started everything, and I took my time because my mom always already explained to me like things about sex, teenage pregnancies, things to be careful for in relationships and stuff. So I always like told myself I'm not going to do anything until I'm like ready because it's a big responsibility. I don't want to get pregnant and all those things. I don't want to be one of those girls that disappear to South Africa for the weekend and then come back. There's no baby anymore. Anyways, I'm not saying you guys shouldn't do you, but yeah, just I'm just saying. First, before we start, actually, first order of business, happy birthday to my girl Helena Kanjumba. She is like the baddest. She's the matriarch. She's one of the women that I really look up to, especially because she's my age or like 1 year older than me, I think. But yeah, I really love her go-getting energy and her dedication, and she's like really inspirational in the way that she just fetches her life. It really also motivated me to start fetching my life because I live for me and not for other people. Second order of business, I want to thank Cassidy Karon for giving me this instrumental to all my videos. Yeah, I love his music. I haven't met him in person, which is strange. I've met almost all Namibian celebrities, but I haven't met him in person yet. Maybe we should arrange that, but I would like to see if he's as real in person as he is on his music. anyways, yeah. And he has a new album coming out. Maybe by the time I drop this video, the album would be out already, so don't forget to check that out. He does have another album out already now, which is where I found my instrumental from. I was like, yo, this song goes so hard, like literally it makes me dance in public. So yeah, getting into the 10 relationship tips I could give my younger self. So the first one is time does not mean anything. So I'm going to be reading from my notes, by the way. So the first one is time does not mean anything. This statement basically comes from I remember when I was like about to break up with my first boyfriend, and my friend had given me advice saying like, oh Chomi, why do you want to throw away like 5 years of the relationship just because of this like theme? Like, you didn't even know that he was busy doing this, so why don't you just continue the relationship and just like close your eyes? But I just felt like time doesn't mean anything. Just because you guys have been together for 10 years or 300 years and you have how many kids, like no matter what kind of attachment you think you have to this person, you have a same house, you have what, that maki saki, it doesn't matter. It doesn't contribute to the situation. If you're not happy, you're not happy. There's nothing that all this history is going to do about the situation. If you're not happy, just chip 8 me bro, chip out, chip net 8. And the second tip is trust your gut. So this one is for me because all the times that I had a feeling about something and I followed that feeling, I was right. The first time was, I'm just gonna put people on blast. So the first one was like, the first incident was when my boyfriend at the time had a friend of his from another town come and visit him for the weekend, and they were supposed to meet up or whatever, but this girl went to a party that my cousin was hosting at his house, and somebody that's close to me was also at that party. So then the person at the party calls me and they're like, it's a Chomi, why is your boyfriend calling this girl like Anito, like he's constantly calling her and she's not picking up the call? Now I'm like confused, or why is the girl at that party when she and my boyfriend were supposed to be hanging out like he told me? Because, you know, I don't mind my partners having like female friends, but like if the story is not adding up, then you should update me and be like, no, she cancelled or she's going somewhere else and we're meeting up later, you know. Ugh. Transparency, communication, honesty, you know. So I was like, Kom ek skiet net doof. And then I was working at like a club that time, so he came to visit me at work with his friend. And then he comes to visit me and I'm like, oh, what happened with your plans with your friend? And then he's like, no, I decided to cancel. Now me, I'm thinking in my head, why are you lying? Why are you saying you're canceling when you were calling the girl and she's not picking up? What's not clicking, Steven? What is not clicking? Iemand lig hier so. Ukona into it off. Ukona into it off. So I'm like, Chilich, it's not true. I know that this person called this person and she didn't pick up, so why are you lying about the situation? I don't like this friendship anymore. And then he's like, yo, how do you even know that I called her, blah blah blah. I'm like, one thing about me, I don't know people, but people know me, and people will always tell me things. Ek play out it and they loop. You might think I don't know something, but I'm 3 steps ahead of you. So I told him, no, I don't like this friendship anymore. Block her, delete her number. We did that. And then, yeah. And then after we broke up, found out day 2. All of us bezig om met mekaar te mors after we broke up. No, not during. After the relationship ended, I guess he somehow ended up finding her number because he didn't know her number out of his head. So I told him first to delete the number and then block it, because if you block it while it was saved, it's gonna be saved as like with the person's number on your block list. Chella, Mrs. Ek leer chella nog. Moet ek vir julle alles leer? Ag, ek kan ook nie vir julle dink nie. Jerry. So that's how you do it. Just so jy die game moet speel. Yes, so jy delete eerst die nommer, dan blok jy die nommer. Dan kan die persoon nie weer die persoon die nommer gaan kry nie. Verstaan jy, want dan is dit alles net unknowns. Huh? Julle moet kok. So yeah, and then the second incident was when I was dating this other person, and then we were like at an ATM going to withdraw money before my friend's birthday party because he was gonna give me money to go spend at the birthday party, child. So he was like, no, let's go to the ATM so I can withdraw the money and give you money to go to the party. She's like, good girls know they pay. Oh. So we went to withdraw the money at the ATM. I'm sitting in the car, full hands, most I guess, madam, I can't be the ATM gezien word, nee. Oh. So then he withdrew the money. While he's busy withdrawing the money, somehow he took extra long this day. Usually he's very, very fast at the ATM, but this day I don't know. But then something just told me, like, I wanted to text him, like, why is it taking so long? Is everything okay, you know? But then I checked that he left his phone in the car. So to tell like, must the phone off, I checked the phone. There's a message. The person's number is not saved. The message just reads, I want to get married, ... Because you know, most you can't see the whole message on the screen. Hey, and I had his password and everything. So I thought, and I never went through his phone. I just had his password because we always used to use each other's phones. So like if I want to call someone or whatever, I would use his phone, and if he wants to call someone or whatever, he uses my phone. So then I was like, he trusted me with his password. Am I going to violate the trust by opening this message? But then why is somebody wanting to get married to my boyfriend? Because I'm the one that must doing the marrying here. So I thought, the ancestors would not want me to ignore this message. To unlock the iPhone, I unlocked the phone, I opened the message. The message read, I want to get married with you, settle down and have kids. Basha, what? The water? Is not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. So then I'm checking. The previous messages have been deleted, like from this person. They deleted all the previous messages they sent this guy. Then the guy comes back in the car. I'm like, there's a text on your phone that's very suspicious. And he's like, okay, let's see the text. So I open the text. The text is deleted. Now I'm like, am I high? Am I tripping? Why is the text deleted? Where is the text? Where is the receipts? Where's the evidence? Where's the proof? Then I'm like, no, she said blah blah blah, but now it seems the text has been deleted by her. And then he was like, no, it's fine, she's always doing this, like she's been texting me ever since we broke up, and she deletes her messages after she can see that I read them. And I'm like, yo, and why are you still letting her text you? Like, you've been together for like 2 months now. Why is she still having access to you like that? And then I'm like, you need to block her. And he's like, I don't need to block her, I can just ignore her and she's gonna stop texting me eventually. I'm like, you need to block her. And then I told him, block her, you will see that she will call you from another number and ask you if you blocked her. Sure, the English guys, the English bundles are depleting it. I don't speak a lot of English. So then we blocked the girl, and she called him Sovar immediately afterwards with another number, and she's like, did you just block me? And then I said, say my girlfriend blocked. I'm in the background like, say my girlfriend blocked you. So he's like, no, I didn't block you, my girlfriend blocked you. And she's like, wow, so you're just gonna block me? And I'm like, yeah, Chomi, he's just gonna block you, hang up the phone. Let's see. Kijk, girl. Y'all come before yes. Let's see. So yeah, then we blocked her, moved on with life. But yes, trust your gut. If something is off, it's off. Just do the investigation. Just follow the signs. You know, you'll always see something is off here, then you just, and you'll find it. You'll find it. As for my younger self, I can say you are doing everything right. Like at that time, like I said, I was a very slow girl when it came to relationships. It was biased that I was the last one to do everything in my friend group. I was the last one to have a boyfriend, the last one to start having coitus. I was the last one to be on birth control. I was just the last one to do everything. And luckily my friends didn't make me feel weird for being that kind of person, but other people always would make comments like, oh, when are you getting a boyfriend? Are you lesbian because you never had a boyfriend since like the first boyfriend, stuff like that. And I was just like, bruh, I'm just taking my time and I'm trying to find somebody that I like, you know, until I met the boyfriend that I had after this first one. And then I really liked him, we vibed, and then I was like, yeah man, everything is going the way it's supposed to be going, and I'm like able to identify a lot of stuff in the relationship that I can be careful of and that I can be wary of. And relationships are not everything. This is going with the you are doing everything right line, because at that time, like, I had to finish high school, think about what I want to do after high school, think about career options, think about whether or not I want to live in the city that I was raised and born in, because anybody that knows me knows that I didn't want to live in that city. Like, in my adulthood, I always wanted to move. I always wanted to go to Swakopmund or to the north. Like, those had always been my like places to move to from Windhoek. Like, I didn't like, ek hou nie van Windhoek, ek hou nie van die vibe nie, ek hou nie van die maniere van die mense nie, ek hou net nie van die Windhoek lewe nie. It's net die, it's very bottom of the barrel. So I always wanted to be somewhere else. So yeah, relationships are not everything in life. Face your books before boys, because boys bring babies. Focus on those things. The relationship with everything will come with time. Like my mom always used to say when I was younger, there'll always be another party, there'll always be another boy that's interested in you. So just relax, rest, wait, hold on. And then the fourth tip is this tip: people treat you how they treat themselves. I'm gonna say it one more time. People treat you how they treat themselves. Oyandiv? People treat you how they treat themselves. So how someone treats you is a reflection of how they treat themselves. For example, me, I treat people very well. Anyone that has ever been my friend, that has ever gotten to know me, they know that I'm a very nice person. I'm very reliable. I will really like break my back to help you with something. You can count on me. If I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something. I don't really like disappoint easily. If I do disappoint you, I always communicate that, hey, I can't do this thing that I said I was going to do for you. So therefore, jong, ek wil nog nie sleg wees nie. Ek is nie 'n slegte mensie en ek wil nie sleg wees nie. Maar if you can see that this guy doesn't bath every day, this guy doesn't go to the salon to cut his hair, this guy doesn't go and eat out even by himself or with his friends, this guy doesn't do anything but go to the clubs, go to the parties, he eats cheap food, he doesn't even eat out, like, he doesn't even at least order food to eat at home. Where in the world is this guy gonna do those things for you? Where is he gonna take you out to? Where is he gonna do nice things for you? Where, with what capacity, with what logistical skills, you know, with what planning skills? Do you think this guy is gonna wake up and just text you like, hey, let's travel to Greece next week? This person that doesn't even travel, even at least boys trip, daasi. So people treat you how they treat themselves, and you need to pay attention to how people treat themselves to be aware of how they would treat you if you guys were to be in a relationship. Because Chikani op iemand rely wat so is self and think that, oh, they're gonna treat me like a queen if they treat themselves like a slave, like a peasant, like a commoner. No. I don't believe that. I don't believe it. I don't. So therefore, pay attention to how people treat themselves. I always used to tell people that when I meet a guy, I look at his feet. Like, I look at the condition of his feet. Are they clean? Are they scrubbed? Are his toenails cut? Because I feel like it's very easy for a guy to overlook his toes and his feet when he's, you know, taking care of his body. Not even a guy, any other human being on earth. So if he doesn't take care of his feet, which is on his body, and it's something to easily overlook, you know, and not a lot of people look at people's feet, chances are he's not really going to take care of you, honey. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, maar it's not the vibes. It's just not the vibes. Tip number 5. Not everyone needs to get married. This is a tip that I should have told my younger self, because when I was dating people, I was dating very long term. So I would always think like, if this and this is not matching right now, it's gonna get better with time, because when we get married in the future, he's gonna be fine, you know. Even though this is not popping right now, it will one day. It will not. It will not. Whatever is happening now is going to be multiplied by 10. So if there is laziness now in the talking stage or the dating stage or the relationship stage, there will be laziness times 10 in the marriage. Because when you're married, you know, both of you, you're not going anywhere. You're dedicated to each other, you love each other, so there's no reason for me to go above and beyond if we are already together. So you must always like realize that even if you don't find your partner, like I struggled very long to find a partner after I broke up with my second boyfriend. It took me a very long time until I started talking to someone that I actually had a crush on in high school, and then I was like, oh, there is hope. There is somebody out there for me. Somebody is out there for me. Also with the marriage thing, it's also a very cultural thing. Like I realized when I grew up that the reason why I wanted to get married is because of cultural stuff. Like if you're a Vambune, you know for a fact what I'm talking about. You know, like when we were growing up, like we'd always be told, oh, you need to like cook well so you can cook for your husband when you get married, or you need to clean so you can clean for your husband when you get married. Or if you like cook something nicely, or you like iron something really well, they would be like, oh, Tekurwanawa is like you are raised well to like go and be of service to your husband. So for me, it's like I already had that subconsciously in my brain, and I had to learn that like if I don't get married, it's not the end of the world, and I shouldn't make it like my life's mission to be married, even though it's one thing that like is not only a Wambo woman, but like me, see, again, I'm sick for myself. For myself. Not for Yelani. For myself. So we already have that in our brains, kucha. I need to get married so that I can be a successful woman, or so that I can have my life complete, or so that So if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's not the end of the world. It's better to be alone than to be married and miserable, like many of our family members. Maar ek is nie 'n slegte mens, ek het gesê ek is nie 'n slegte mens nie. I'm not stirring the pot intentionally. I'm just saying the facts are the facts. Tip number 6. This is a very sensitive tip, but I'm just gonna talk about it because what kind of Ann-Adeva would I be if I don't talk about sensitive issues on a public platform? So tip number 6 is to beware of abuse and know when to leave. This is very important, especially for me, myself. Like I said so many times now, I grew up in a community where domestic violence was very rife. Rape, crimes against women and children. I don't even know if this video is gonna like air because of the words that I'm saying here right now, but I hope not. I hope it will air. So I grew up very traumatized from seeing people being abused by their partners or significant others, and like also witnessing that kind of stuff in my own household growing up, and in like the households of my families basically. So I had dated someone that was manipulative, and I remember there was like a mental health seminar on campus, and I'd asked the therapist that was like a guest therapist for the day. I was like, hey, I'm dating this person and I think that they are manipulating me. And she was like, why would you think that? And I was like, no, because of the way they talk to me, like about certain things. Like when I would say, oh no, I can't make it to this and that, he would be like, oh, because you want to be with other people and not with me, you know, that vibe. So she just told me, like, if you feel like it's manipulation, you know, she pointed out the signs and blah 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 blah, and then I ended up dumping this guy because I was like, yeah, not the vibes. Because even the reason why we broke up, actually the day we ended everything, is because I had to travel for like a student exchange, and he told me that, oh, so you would rather go to another country than like be in a relationship with me, because how's this relationship gonna survive if, because that time we didn't have sex yet, And he was like telling me, we haven't even had sex yet and you want to leave the country. Do you think I'm not gonna sleep with other women while you're gone, blah 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 blah? And I was like, yo, this is out of my league. I wanna go home. Immediately not. I was like, well, that'll do it. So yeah, I left. I ran. Slides at Totsi. So just also to finish the point of the manipulation and abuse, a lot of women, like when I was growing up, a lot of girls my age would be like, I have to ask my boyfriend if I can go out, or I have to ask my boyfriend if I can wear this, or my boyfriend doesn't allow this, my boyfriend doesn't allow that. So there was a lot of this like control in the people's relationships that I had realized when I was growing up. And I think it still happened today. I haven't, like my friends, obviously we don't date those kind of guys, but I do know that there are a lot of women out there that say things like that. Oh, I can't go out this weekend, I have to ask my boyfriend if it's okay. Like, she's a groot vrouw, Jamie. She's a groot vrouw. You don't even tell your parents where you go anymore, so why must you tell your boyfriend? Like, and even if you do it, let it be for safety reasons and for like, I just want to share my day with you, and not like I'm checking in with my parole officer kind of vibe. And that's that on there. Her. So your normal is not other people's normal. So this one is going to be another touchy subject, child. So this goes into the line of like monogamy, polyamory, so monogamy is not for everyone, and not everyone. Who for the comments? I saw Chomik, does that mean you are not monogamy? Hey. Stadig. I'm just saying, it's not about me, it's about everybody. But like, relationships are different for everyone. So what you think is normal in a relationship is not normal for every other person. I.e., me, I think it's normal in a relationship to go out with your partner at least once a month. Go out, have something to eat, do something nice. It doesn't have to be always going to a restaurant. You can even go out with your partner to the movies, or you can go out and do like a wine and painting evening. Just something for you guys to bond. For you guys to just do something out of the house. Movies, snacks, movies. I myself, I go out on dates by myself. I go out to eat. I go to the movies. I go to the park. I read a book. Stuff like that. Just an activity outside. You know? Like, it's normal for me to do that in a relationship. And for other people, it's not. Even like the person that I'm talking to right now, he doesn't do anything. He just stays at home, takes care of his things. He just chills. He works out a lot like this. Does it but I have to like let him know that like this is my normal, this is what I expect, you know. Communicate your expectations. Don't just be there thinking that, oh, this person is gonna do everything because this is what I would do for the person. Your normal is not other people's normal. You need to tell them that this is what I'd like to normalize in our relationship, so these are my expectations leading up to that. More versana. Okay, so number 9 and 10, I'm just gonna combine them and I'm just gonna say both of them and then I'm just gonna elaborate. Number 9 is actions speak louder than words, and if a man wants you, you will know. So this also goes for men, by the way. This advice is for both, any gender. Diversity and inclusion on my channel, baby. Welcome to 2022. So yeah, this advice, if the person wants you, you will know, and actions speak louder than words. So this goes along with the intentions of the person. I'm not the kind of person that just dates like casually. I don't just go into a relationship and just like, no. I go into a relationship thinking like, oh, we're gonna be together for long term, because I'm going to adjust a lot of things about my life to spend time with you and to dedicate time to you. I'm gonna be, I don't know, like compressing my schedule so I can make time for you, basically. You know, the days that I could be spending watching RuPaul's Drag Race in my underwear is now the day that I must go and chill with you. So for me, there's a big sacrifice, you understand? So I cannot just be dating any Pete and Paul. I must date someone that I feel like, oh, me and this person, we can actually like go far together, you know, and someone that shares my same visions in life and blah 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 blah. So know your intentions and know the intentions of the person. Talk about stuff like having kids. Talk about stuff like, if I get pregnant, what will we do? Will we unalive the baby, or will we keep the baby? These are things you need to ask. Ask about like STDs, STIs. Ask about sexual health. Some people don't know anything about sexual health. Some people don't even know that they need to wash their hands before they have sex, stuff like that. You know, communicate. Prat means a prat. And then if a man wants you, you will know. I had this situation, embarrassingly. I'm just gonna share it because transparency, it really scam me. So I was talking to this person, and this person was not even doing the bare minimum, guys. Like, you, it was present there, and I was just accepting it because I was like, oh, but I've been talking to this person for so long, and we've been friends for so long, and like now the things have escalated now. So I feel like, you know, I just need to give the person time to do more. I gave the person many chances. Zero was produced. So therefore, if a man wants you, you will know, because men are very clear people. Like, even if a man wants a job, he will dress right, he will come to the interview on time, he will do appropriate research, he will learn the necessary skills, he will do his best to impress the interviewer and or employer, you know. So why do you think that he would not do that for you if he wants you? Why would he not indicate his intentions? He will indicate his salary expectations, but he will not tell you if he wants to marry you or just have somebody warm to sleep with at night. And even if he doesn't, because I also spoke to my friend about this last week, and I was like, men, unfortunately, they tell a few untruths quite a lot, because this is my theory again, my subjective opinion, okay, that men lie to get a lot of things in their life. So then they assume that if I'm also dishonest in my romantic life, then I will achieve the things that I want to achieve, you know. So that's where the whole like, oh, he told me he likes me, but then when we broke up, he was like, yeah, I just wanted the relationship because you wanted one. Young man spends a from small mark. Where? Anyways, yeah, so that's it. Don't be guessing. This is what I always tell my friends and myself, because I also need to take my advice a lot of the times. If somebody wants you, you will not have to guess a lot and like do a lot of maths and mental gymnastics. You will not have to always calculate like, okay, he said this, what does this mean, what does that mean, and he did this, so then what does this mean and that mean? Because according to what he has done in the past, you don't need to do that. Girl, ma'am, get it together, pull yourself together. You don't need to do that. You don't need to be guessing and analyzing and doing so much reading between the lines. If someone wants you, they will be very clear, and you will feel it in their actions and even in their words. And some people, they don't know how to communicate their feelings. They don't know how to tell you they like you or they love you, but the way they treat you and the way they behave and the way that they make you feel, you will be very clear. You will not have any doubts, you know, just like how God loves us. You don't have doubts that your ancestors, you know, will always come through for you, because they have. You understand? You don't doubt their power. You know that they can stop the world if they want to. So why do you have to doubt the person that you're dating? There should be no doubt. There should be no question. The partner is going to make sure they will also equip you with the skills to shut down the naysayers and the rumors and the jalousments. You know? Yeah, so that's all the relationship advice I can give you. Be careful, be safe, take care of yourself, especially my young girls. I know I've been told many times that people see me as their bigger sister or older sister, or you know, that they wish they had, and da. From me, I'm telling you, pass your op, play veilig, papa zit hier. I don't remember. Maria died. Again, from me, please comment this emoji so that I know that you watched it till this point. And see you in the next video. There's on Chos Perinawa.